Today's video is a review on the Civivi Baklash. So, my review is going to be my like and dislike. Nick Shabazz has his good, great, bad, and ugly. Some people have pros and cons. I'm going to do like and dislike. So, I'm going to give you guys some stats on this knife. The blade is 3.5 inches long. The cutting edge from before the choil to the tip is 3.125 inches. Now, I don't know about you, but basically anywhere from 2.5 to 4 inches is what I carry. Your results may vary, but the perfect length for me is between 3 and 3.5 inches. I just find that it cuts well during my day-to-day use. And the handle is about 4.6 inches. Let me close that a little bit. 4.6 inches. And it's about 0.51, so it's about average inches thick. The weight on this knife is really, really nice. Coming in at 3.88 ounces. Now, to me, anywhere from 3 to 5.5 ounces is what I carry. This happens to be one of my favorite now. With the blade shape combined with how comfortable this handle is. If you have not had a Baklash in your hand yet, please do it. Please go find one. I honestly can't tell you how great this feels in hand. When your index finger and middle finger go right there, your ring and pinky go right about there. I wear a size large to extra large gloves. Mostly because my hands are fat, as you can probably tell. But behind the edge thickness, I kept getting between 12 thousandths and 14 thousandths. And that thin behind the edge, along with Civivi's hollow grind, I don't know if I can get a good picture there. Probably not. But, man, this is a slicer. I cut cardboard, I cut like cereal boxes, I've cut plastic, I've cut a zip tie. There's nothing that this knife hasn't gone through yet. And that's just really awesome. Because when I buy a knife, I want to make sure that it cuts. I was given this knife by Big Red EDC. Sorry, I do not have the wristband on, JB. Please forgive me. But I was given this knife along with 3 other knives. And I can honestly say I love all 4 of them. But this one is my favorite. The action on this knife. Like, that doesn't take anything to put it away. And I'm going to be careful here. I'm barely even moving this. That is how smooth this knife is. And the sound that this knife makes. Like, it's just amazing. I don't know about you, but I find it important to have a knife that makes a really good sound. So before I go on too long, I will throw up some size comparisons. The first one up is the Gonzo FH11. Second one is the Gonzo F756 in carbon fiber. Next up is the M390 Link. Second is the Steel Wheel Tenet. And last but not least, my Birdshot IV Blade HQ exclusive Victorinox SD Classic. That's a lot to say, but this knife is awesome. I will be doing a little review of this soon. I'm going to keep this link up because I'm going to compare these two later. So I already said what I do like, so I'm going to go into the things that I do not like about the Baklash. First off, the detent is very soft. You can absolutely do a light switch, and you can absolutely do a push button. Now, it honestly doesn't matter to me which one works for the flipper, because they both do. I do both of them at the same time. Well, not at the same time. I do both of them about the same amount. I think the detent should have been a little bit stiffer, because I can sacrifice some of the drop shut with a stronger detent. A lot of people hated the blue and the gold liners that the Praxis, Baklash, and Naja came out with. They were the first run, so I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, because now some Civivis don't actually have any color on them at all. It's just a clean gray or a silver color. It's not like a polished liner, but it's more like a higher satin finish, I want to say. Next, the jimping on the flipper tab. It's not necessarily doing anything for me. I mean, I don't need jimping on it, but I want something that's actually going to do something for me. When you're push buttoning it, you don't need it. You really don't. But when you're doing a light switch, I end up just going like this every once in a while. But I go from the side, especially if the detents are weak, because I want it to fly out. Yes, I can do it by pulling from the front, but I just have a better time getting it from the side. I like the steel choice that they made, but after the first three, they started coming out with D2 for their budget knives, and D2 is just a mile better than this. I mean, this Tenet is in D2, and it wasn't much more expensive than the Civivi. Civivi is, I believe, $42, $43. And I think that's a really good deal for this. But when they were coming out with their D2 knives in like the $50 range, the 9CR18 didn't seem like it was really going anywhere compared to D2. D2 has better edge retention by far. 9CR18 has a way better amount of chromium in it, so it resists water so much nicer. And I'm not the biggest fan of knives not having the steel on them, because there have been a whole bunch of knives that people didn't even know what steel it was, especially when it was coming from China. I know in the Knife Nuts podcast, I keep calling the D2 comes from China D2, because it's not exactly like the American D2. There's some things that are a little different, chemically wise. That I don't think it really makes a difference. To me, heat treat really makes a difference. And they have these said to be between 58 and 60 HRC. I sharpened this, and it seemed to be actually pretty hard. So I'm thinking it was probably 59 to 59.5 HRC, which that's perfectly fine because it makes these knives so much easier to sharpen. D2's projected range from HRC is between 60 to 62. So, what else do I not like about this? The clip, I think, well, I don't like deep carry pocket clips that much. Mostly because people put deep carry pocket clips on very light knives, and it's not needed at all. This steel wheel Tenet has a deep carry pocket clip, and it is so much heavier than this. But I think a deep carry pocket clip works on a heavier knife because it keeps it from moving around a lot. Deep carry pocket clip on a light knife doesn't really matter. I would rather have something, throw around your knives, Nick. That's great. But you see here, I'm going to move this down a little bit. Between these two knives, you see that much out of the pocket. I don't think it really matters because I like to have something to grab onto when it comes out of the pocket. I just think it's a lot easier. Granted, deep carry pocket clips fit more clothes, fit more jeans, shorts, khakis, whatever you want to name it. But I don't know. I've never really had a problem with any knife going in and out of my pocket. Maybe I might not have had the worst kind of pocket clip. I'm calling out Cold Steel for that. So many people have to bend the clip because it just eats up their pockets like crazy. I think it's okay, but I hate that this goes almost straight up. Like, it's almost 90-degree angle. Like, so that's what I dislike about it. Overall, I really, really, really love the knife. I think it works for almost everyone in their daily lives because a lot of people don't have a size length I know New York has a stupid length law. Cleveland has a stupid length law. Akron is, I think, 2.5 inches long is the longest blade. I mean, it works to have a 2.5 inch, but if I have the option to get a longer knife, I absolutely will. So, I hope you guys like the video. I tried to keep it shorter than I usually make my videos. I hope that you like the like and dislike. If you guys want me to do a pro and con instead, that's fine. But I really want to know what you guys think about my review style. What you guys think about the Civivi down in the comments below. So please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. It really helps me understand what you guys like if you comment and like. Even a dislike if you have to. It's not going to hurt my feelings. Just tell me if you like the style. Tell me if you don't. Tell me what I could change. I really like making videos for you guys because you are all so positive towards my channel and my Instagram. So, I will see you guys in the next video.